Welcome back to the Media Unrestricted podcast. I'm Chase,
And I'm Dylan.
and let's get right into the Shang-Chi review. I really love this movie. Um, it's in my top 5 easily Marvel movies. It's just one of the funnest movies I think so far this year I've had. Um, and I mean, it surpassed Black Widow, which I knew going in. I told Dylan, I was like, I know this movie is going to be better than Black Widow. I was making that bet, and I was right. I love this movie way more than Black Widow. Nothing against Black Widow. I thought it was fun and everything, but this movie was just better. And I mean, when this movie was announced, a couple years ago, I feel like I could care less about Shang-Chi. I mean, I didn't really know the character. It was just one I just really wasn't looking forward to. But Marvel did it, and they changed my opinion, and I really like the character. Um, and I'm glad we have this movie, because this movie did so much right and so little wrong. As I was saying, every character in this movie is great. Samalu as Shang-Chi he's solid. I think this is the first thing I've seen him in, so it's going to be seeing him more in Marvel projects and more stuff in general. I'd love to see him do other things. But my favorite character was Aquafina's character, Katie. She was funny when she needed to be, serious when she needed to be. Just overall, just a great character. I also liked the villain, Tony Lu Chua. I always have a hard time pronouncing those, but he played his dad, and I mean, some of the MCU villains are good, some are bad, but he was definitely one of the top ones. He was really good, um, and but I mean, the biggest thing from this movie I liked a lot is it's just the action was great. The comedy moments was fun, and it's just a lot of like a fun adventure movie. Going into this, I didn't know about any surprise cameos or anything, but there's one in this one particularly that was awesome and a good nerd moment. I guess I'll go to the other ones first. Wong and Abomination, those were ones from the trailer everybody knew about, and I was hoping for more from Abomination, but I guess it is what it is. But Wong, anything Wong's in is just awesome. I really like him. I'm glad to see him again. And but the big one is Ben Kingsley's character, Trevor Slattery. Um, I mean, his character in Iron Man 3, when he's supposed to be the Mandarin, it kind of sucked that they kind of switched that up and did what they did with him. I really don't like that, but that's just kind of is what it is. But um, his character alone is awesome. He's funny. I just loved him in Iron Man 3, and I loved him in this. He's just that same enjoyment you can get. Makes you laugh and gives you everything. So it was really cool to see him, because I was not expecting that at all. And the CGI, I know we talked about this in the Out of the Theater review, was top notch. And the creatures that are in here toward the end of the movie are really cool, really nice to see, really nice to look at. Definitely the dragons and the bat creatures; those are really cool. There are 2 end credit scenes that are both good. One sets up Shang-Chi going to be joining, I think, the Avengers. But we also saw Captain Marvel and Bruce Banner. Yes, Bruce Banner, not uh, the Hulk from Avengers Endgame, where he was just all in one. I can't remember what he was called. But it was really cool to see him as that. But yeah, they say that in the 10 rings, there's a signal coming from that. And then Captain Marvel goes on her way, and tells Bruce that if you need to get a hold of her, text him to text her, and he goes, well, he doesn't even have her number. So that was cool. I'd love to know what that's setting up. I would think the Eternals, maybe, but I'm not 100% for sure. But I can't wait to see what that end credit scene means. And then the last one is his sister. I don't know. I can't remember what her name was called. But she takes the throne. And I think is the new leader of the Ten Rings. So I don't know if that means she's going to be a villain or still good. I don't know, but I really like that because she was a good character as well. So I'd love to see her come back, and definitely as a villain, I think she'd be a great villain. I definitely give this a 9 out of 10. I think what I'd take it down would be, like I said, the Abomination, just because I was wanting more. But that's more or less just a nitpick. I really like this movie a lot. I definitely recommend it. And it's my new favorite movie of this year. There's been a lot of great ones, but this one knocked out Quiet Place. So I definitely recommend you seeing Shang-Chi. Is worth the watch.
Yeah, I completely agree with everything you said there, Chase. Shang-Chi was everything I wanted and more. Like, going into this, like, my hype levels were low because, again, this is a new character. Like, I'm not really a huge comic reader. I know about the comics, and I know, like, the important ones and all that stuff. And I know a lot about the MCU characters, but this is one that was a mystery to me. I understand that whenever these comics came out, it was during a time where people were pretty racist. Like, Fing Fang Foom was the name of a dragon, which is obviously like racist Chinese, like racist stuff against Chinese people. And then like the Mandarin, like just that name alone is also kind of racist too. But like it's like everything you said. This movie was everything I wanted it to be. Like the martial arts, like everyone else saying, is like some of the best martial arts you'll see in movies other than I think they said Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, and like other movies like that. And they're saying like since one of Jackie Chan's martial artsmen actually did the martial arts for this movie, which a lot of people are saying is why the martial arts in this movie is so damn good. Like you said, Chase, all of the characters really worked for me, and they were really great. Simu Liu as Sean, or Shang-Chi, as his actual Chinese name is. He was fantastic. Like he's in shows like Kim's Convenience, and he's also in some other stuff. I can't remember. Before he got into acting, he was actually a stock photo model, and he even actually shared some stock photos on his own Twitter, which is really fun. Like after the movie did really well financially. He was great as Shang-Chi. His acting is top notch. His comedy is great where it needs to be. He can do serious scenes as well. And he's just really good at all the hand-to-hand combat. I don't know if he did his own stunts or not, but I would be really, really impressed if he did. Tony, I don't want to butcher his name. Like Chase said, I don't want to butcher his name either. I think it's Tony Liang or Tony Leung. But he was really great as the Mandarin. And as you all know who've seen this movie, the Mandarin is Shang-Chi's father. And he does really great in the role. He's a well-known actor from Hong Kong. Like a lot of the actors and actresses in this movie are from Hong Kong. And he's just a really great actor. He's known for a lot of Hong Kong movies, and like he's really making his acting chops known in this movie. Awkwafina's character, Katie, like she is like the perfect comic relief character. She had comedic moments where it made sense, and her, like, for me, all of the comedy in this movie landed, especially from her. I didn't know she was an actor or actress. I thought she was just a singer, but she was great in this movie too. She was serious where she needed to be, and her dynamic with her and Shang-Chi was great in this movie. Like, they're childhood friends in the movie, and like Oh man, I love their dynamic so much. And like Chase talked about, Abomination and Wong. I think that fight for me personally lasted just as long as it needed to be. That wasn't one of the big turning points in the movie, like in the trailers, that I was super duper interested in. That made me interested in the movie. It was just like a cool little scene, which I thought it was gonna be, and like a lot of people are wondering like what them like training together means. Nobody really knows for sure though. Um, but just all of the movie flowed really well. I didn't have any pacing issues with the movie at all. And like Chase said, the CGI was top notch. Sure, with the fantasy characters, like you, people have criticized the CGI for the fantasy characters, but I mean, they're fantasy characters. We know those things don't, those animals towards the end don't actually exist. So of course we know it's CGI, and they tried their hardest, it looks like, to make it as realistic as possible. But you know it's CGI because they're fantasy fake characters. So that's where that comes from. But the CGI with like the fight scenes and everything, like with the whenever Shang and his father are fighting at the end of the movie, like it is amazing. It's like this is a beautiful movie too. Like their costumes are beautiful. Like Shang, you can see in the picture right now, Shang's like his outfit that him and his sister's mother left them. It's so beautiful with like the red and like the black accents around the neck and everything. It's beautiful. Whoever did the wardrobe for this movie deserves an award or something. Like it's crazy. And like the only criticism I would have of this movie is the character of Death Dealer. We didn't get enough of them. They were seen as the person who was um like making Shang suffer when he was a child, like training him in some sort of way. And as when he got older and he was going after, and his father was coming after him, the Death Dealer character came after him too, and that's when his father was like, I told him they wouldn't be able to kill you. I'm glad I was right." And then we don't see the Death Dealer character after that fight until like the end of the movie. But which I feel like we should have seen a lot more of that Death Dealer character, especially since it had such a personal relationship to Shang-Chi throughout his childhood. Like I feel like we really should have saw a lot more of that character. And like the soul sucking demon, like the huge dragon soul sucking demon thing was so awesome. And the Great Protector was awesome as well. Um, this is just a great movie all around, and I agree with Chase on everything. Like for me, this is the perfect MCU origin movie. Like I'm gonna be honest, this is like almost a perfect movie. I can't really think of any nitpicks whatsoever, almost. And like Chase, I don't remember what I gave it. I don't fresh out of the theater. I might have been a 9, but if it was like, I'm perfectly fine with cementing this at a 9.5. Like for me, this is like I'm not even as the kids say, I'm not even gonna cap. This is one of the best movies I've ever seen. And this is for me, this is definitely top, maybe top 3, top 5 MCU movies for me. And this is definitely my movie of the year so far. Probably at least until Spider-Man Homecoming comes out, or some of these other movies come out. But yeah, I just had a great time with this movie, and I can't wait to see what comes next for this character. Like, this was such a great first showing.
And moving on to Halloween Kills, the first reactions. Halloween Kills premiered at the 78th Venice International Film Festival on Monday and received mixed reviews from critics. Um, some people liked it a lot. Other people's just it didn't work for them. Deadline said that just watch the corpses pile up in Halloween Kills. Never was the film truer to its name. They're sliced up with the kitchen knives, hollowed out with a fluorescent strip light, dissected with a chainsaw, and impaled with banisters. The body count is phenomenal. We love this stuff. You know we do. So that's a good review. I like that one. And I love to hear that the body count's high. That's what I've been hearing for a while. That's cool. Just to see Michael doing his thing. So the next one I have is from The Guardian. 40 years after John Carpenter made the defining slasher movie, director David Gordon Green has made a credible stab, as it were, at reanimating the title. So those are the two good reviews that I got. I also got two of the bad reviews, and then I'll talk about it a little bit. Variety, they said that Halloween Night may be Michael Myers' masterpiece, but Halloween Kills is no masterpiece. It's a slasher movie that's almost never scary, slattered with typical uh, with with too many parallel plot strands that don't go anywhere. And the last one's from the Hollywood Reporter that says, "Evil dies tonight," shouts the inflamed townsfolk of Illinois, Illinois, more times than you can count in Halloween Kills. Or maybe it's a franchise dies tonight. I might have misheard. Either way, this latest installment is like a latex ghoul mask, so stretched out, so shapeless, it's no longer fits. Um, that last review is the one that it's kind of like, I feel like some people are being too critical for this movie. I feel like some people, I think, are just probably offended because of all the gore and probably everything that's in this movie, which is no thing to all these critics, but shame on you, because that's the job that this movie is made for. It is made for a killer like Michael to go out and do his thing and kill whoever gets in his way. So, I mean, kind of shame on you for being too critical on it. Um, but, I mean, on IMDb, it's at a 7.9 at last check and a 53% on Rotten Tomatoes, which is a statistic that is really, to me, is making no sense. Because, I mean, they're not even close in, like, the same. So I'm so confused on why they're not around the same thing. I mean, I know they're both different from different critics and reviewers, but most of the time, if you look at it, they will be in the same ballpark. But this is a kind of not even around it. So I'm interested to know what the deal is. Why do people see it different, I guess? Um, the movie drops in 1 month and 2 days. So it's coming quick. And I can't wait. I'm really excited. I'm not going to let any of these reviews stop me from trying to have a good time with this movie, because I know it's going to be a good time, and I'm not going to go too critical on it.
Yeah, Chase, I agree with everything you said. I think some of these reviews are overly critical, but I guess that's technically their job, is to be critical. But like sometimes I feel like critics destroy a movie for no good reason. Like Michael Myers killing people is the whole reason that these movies exist. Um, like I don't get the criticism, like all the criticisms you listed from the reviews who said it was bad. Like as everybody can see on the screen right now, it's had an 8.6 out of 10 on IMDb and a 56% on Rotten Tomatoes. Now I have no doubt that whenever the movie actually comes out, that Rotten Tomato score is going to jump up and the audience score is going to be super high. I have a feeling the IMDb score might drop, but I don't know like what's going to happen with that and like what's going to come out of all of that. I guess at this point we'll just have to wait and see what comes out of the actual movie, and you all already know that Chase and I are going to have a fresh out of the theater review for you as soon as we see that.
With more Halloween Kills news, they announced the same day, I think, or a day after, the Halloween Kills will be coming to theaters and Peacock. It will be available to premium subscribers at no extra cost. Um, I don't know. This wasn't in the plans, but I think they're just wanting to give everyone the option either to see it in theaters, see it at home. I'm seeing it in theaters, of course, because I think that's a needed experience. But over time, I've just decided, um, as long as you see the movie, just watch it, enjoy it. have a good time. I would love to see the box office make the money and everything. I know it's should and good that it's gonna make, but just see the movie. That's all I would love just to see and hear people's thoughts. But like I said, the movie comes out 1 month and 2 days. I'm not expecting any more news until probably the movie comes out. I think there was supposed to come another trailer. I'm not going to worry about it until the movie comes out. So probably will be talking to you more about Halloween Kills when it comes out.
Well, before we go into the next topic, I just want to say, I like. Yes, I want everybody to see this too, Chase. But like, we've talked extensively about how we feel that same day, like same day, streaming and in theaters is killing the theater industry. And I know I bring him up almost every episode, but John Campea, he has what he calls the Campea classroom, and he has said that he thinks that this being on Peacock is just Peacock trying, or just Universal trying to make Peacock, or not? Is it Universal? Yeah, NBC Universal. Yeah, Universal just trying to make Peacock relevant, which I completely agree. For me, the only thing on Peacock that's worth a shit is The Office, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and Parks and Rec, and that's about it. Like, there isn't really much of anything else on Peacock. And like, day and date streaming is killing the theater industry, and it's absolutely killing these movies' ability to make money at the box office. Um, Plus, like, seeing it in the theater is a lot better experience than watching it at home. Like, I don't know. Like, that's one thing I disagree with you on, is just see the movie. I mean, yeah, just see the movie, but see it in theaters preferably, so you can give this movie your money. You don't give it your money by watching it on Peacock. Go to the theater and watch it. If you haven't been vaccinated yet, get vaccinated and go watch it. No sense living in fear. Just go to the movies and watch this. It at least deserves that much.
Moving on to Red Notice trailer thoughts. This is the new Netflix movie about an agent, which is Dwayne The Rock Johnson. He hunts down and captures the world's most wanted art thief, which is played by Gal Gadot. Ryan Reynolds is also in this movie. Him and Dwayne Johnson team up to take her out. Um, from this trailer, first impressions, I hope it's going to be good because it looks like it could be a lot of fun. Um, I can't wait to see Black Adam, Deadpool, and Wonder Woman share the screen. That's going to be cool just to think about that. Um, I don't have much on the movie. It just looks like it's going to be a fun action movie. I love The Rock. I love Ryan Reynolds. I love Gal Gadot. They're all great. The movie comes out November 12th. As I said, on Netflix. I don't know if they're going to be doing it on theaters um, like they did with Army of the Dead. So I guess we'll see when that gets closer. But I know I'm definitely going to watch it. I don't know what Dylan's going to do. I hope he maybe wants to watch it too. Um, but yeah, that comes out November 12th. So stay tuned for part of the review whenever that movie comes out.
Yeah, I'm gonna try my best to watch it. Like you said, I really hope the movie's gonna be good, because this trailer just made, for me personally, like, I know you liked it. For me, this trailer made the movie look terrible. Like, it looks so unoriginal, uninspired, just like a bland idea. Two people hunting a thief. Like, we've seen that stuff before, especially Dwayne The Rock Johnson playing a cop. Like, again, sorry to mention him again, John Campea. He mentioned that if he didn't know any better, he'd say this might be a trailer for Hobbs and Shaw 2, especially with like some of the jumping scenes and some of the action in the trailer. Like, it does sort of remind you of Hobbs and Shaw, especially because he's playing another government, like, police agent or whatever. Like, I really do hope the movie is good, because the trailer just wasn't good to me at all.
And Extendables 4 is on the way. I don't have much to say on this. Um, I really am not a big fan of the Expendables franchise. I don't really care for it. It's just, I don't know. It's I guess it's just a bunch of old geezers who just love action movies, so they just want to keep their career alive. I mean, nothing against them and everything, but they're just action movies that are just, I don't know. I just think we really didn't need a fourth one. After I heard about the third one, because the first two I think were reviewed decently. The third one was reviewed very poorly, and easily could see the way it was going with Mel Gibson being the villain. That was just a gimme. I said I don't have much to say about Expendables 4. I probably won't watch it. I'm not really looking forward to even seeing it. But maybe the trailer comes out, maybe it'll change my thoughts and I'll rewatch them and maybe something different will come from it. But yeah, Expendables 4 is on the way. No more much news on that. So yeah, it's all for you Expendables fans. You will be looking forward to that.
Yeah, I'm just gonna give my quick thoughts on this one, Chase. Too, um, my thoughts on this are gonna be brief. I don't give two flying fucks about the Expendables franchise. I didn't think the first one was that good. I mean, sure, it's cool when you bring in like all of the action stars from the last 40 years, like Sylvester Stallone, Jason Statham. I think Dolph Lundgren was in a few of them. I think for one of them they even brought in Chuck Norris, which is a cool idea. Um, like I don't know. It's just there's some stuff that's kind of cool and some stuff that's it's whatever. I don't really care for this. This is news that could go. It could either happen or it couldn't happen, and it wouldn't phase me one bit.
Jungle Cruise 2 is greenlit. I want to do a quick review because I got to see Jungle Cruise just yesterday, uh, and this movie was okay. Um, not, I thought it could have been definitely a lot better. I mean, Emily Blunt was great. The Rock was good. It's not his top role I've seen him do. Um, do I think we need a sequel? Not necessarily, because the first one, I feel like the story kind of was just like it was good at the beginning, but then kind of as it got going, it just kind of felt like it was gonna go nowhere. I don't know. I don't know. It's just kind of weird of a movie. It starts strong and then just kind of seemed like it was just gonna go endlessly till never end. But I don't even really think they set up a sequel, I guess, to care about. But yeah, if you like Jungle Cruise 2, a Jungle Cruise, so you might look forward to seeing Jungle Cruise 2. But yeah, it is green lit, so no release date or anything right now. So I guess stay tuned for more news about that. Venom Let There Be Carnage will be rated PG-13 and has moved to October 1st. Um, I'll go with the PG-13 first. I was hoping for an R rating, but just how it works. Because I feel like the Carnage could have made it R rated. But it didn't work out that way. No matter what, I'm still looking forward to Venom Let There Be Carnage. I think it's going to be a great sequel, just as good as the first one, I feel. Um, and no matter what, even with the PG-13 rating, I don't think it's going to stop it. And then moving on, it's going to move to October 1st. With Shang-Chi's success, it has decided to move it up to October 1st when I think Addams Family 2 comes out. So I think we know Venom Let There Be Carnage, I think, will take that first spot. Um, and I don't know what Dylan's thinking, but I feel like this has also moved just because the success, yeah, of Shang-Chi, but I also feel like they were maybe a little afraid of Halloween Kills. Just because they know that that's tough competition. You don't know if you're going to be able to be in. It's going to be a tough. It'd have been a tight race. I feel like that whole week and everything, but I think that was kind of a little bit just get out of there and let us have our about 2 weeks, and then Halloween Kills you can take over. Um, but we'll see. Who knows? Maybe like I said, with it going to Peacock, Venom might be able to stay out since Venom is theater only. So who knows? So stay tuned. We'll see how that one goes. That's gonna be a tight race. But yeah, Venom: Let There Be Carnage comes out October 1st. I don't expect any more news since that is just a few weeks away. So I guess we stand looking forward to our review, which should probably come September 30th. For that.
Um, my thoughts on this are that I think that the PG-13 rating is going to do nothing. Is going to do nothing but help this movie. Mainly like what the IGN article says. Andy Serkis explained why they gave it a PG-13 rating, and it's to reach a larger audience. But I think they're really going to push this PG-13 rating to its limits, because in PG-13 you can get away with a lot. Like, you can still show some blood and stuff in PG-13. You can still do some cursing. Don't necessarily think the Carnage story really needs like blood and guts all everywhere, all over the screen and everything for it to be a good movie. I really don't. I just think you need a good story. You do need some blood because I mean it is Carnage. It's a serial killer who got a symbiote attached to him, so there's got to be some blood. But like I said, you don't need blood and guts thrown everywhere for it to be a good movie. I think it would be a good movie in its own right. And it moving because of Shang-Chi's success, and I do agree that it could also be because I might be a little scared of Halloween Kills, although I don't know if it's necessarily as scared of Halloween Kills as you think it is. But like you said, I guess it comes out October 1st, and I can't wait to see this. I think tickets actually went on sale recently, and I haven't bought those yet, but I really need to, so I'm going to try to get those as soon as I can.
Marvel's Eternals will be theaters only. So, just like I said, Let There Be Carnage is theater only. Marvel's Eternals will be theater only. Um, this is a good move. This is a good move because I really think that's what made Shang-Chi have this success. Since it's theater only, if you want to see the movie, you got to get your butt into the seats and check it out. So I feel like this is a good move because I think the Eternals is going to be a lot of fun. And I think a lot of people are actually excited for it because it's got a great cast. I think that I don't think it's going to have the highest success as Shang-Chi. I guess time will tell on that one. I really just can't see Shang-Chi being Eternals being beaten them, but we'll see. Um, I'm looking forward to the Eternals. I know that comes out in November. I can't remember the exact date on that, but yeah. So if you want to see Marvel's Eternals, you're gonna have to get to the theaters for theater only experience, which is I feel like the best way to see this movie.
Oh yeah, I entirely agree with you. Theaters only is the best way to see this movie, and like I said earlier, all movies should be seen in the theaters first. I think this is a really smart move by them. Like you mentioned, it comes with the success of Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, and I think that comes mainly because of, oh man, what's his name? The CEO of Bob Chapek. His comments about Shang-Chi being an interesting experiment, and the experiment he was referring to was the fact that Shang-Chi was theaters only and not streaming, and this is a direct result of that quote unquote experiment. We're getting all of the Disney movie slate for 2021 in theaters only, which is such a great move on their part. These movies are going to make all the money they can, and they're going to, oh, man, I'm just so excited for this. I mean, Eternals looks like a great movie in its own right, too. Like, the trailers were amazing. They answered some questions. Like, I'm just so excited for this. I can't wait.
Moving on to some DC news, we'll get into DC fandom. They announced that they are going to have, just like they did last year, they're going to have movies and TV shows. Then the movie part, there will be a new the Batman trailer, which I'm betting will be the same trailer we got they shown last week at CinemaCon. So we'll see. I haven't decided if I'm going to watch that trailer. I think I probably will. I think I'll try to probably hold off as much as I can, but I think I'll fall under peer pressure on that one and I will watch it. Black Adam is probably going to have its first trailer. cannot wait to see that trailer. I think that is going to be a fun, awesome movie with The Rock being Black Adam, and I love to see Shazam appear in that movie, but we'll see. But yeah, Black Adam probably expected to have its first trailer, and The Flash is expected to have something there, and I expect it to be its first trailer. Um, I'm not expecting Michael Keaton Batman to be shown in the trailer, but maybe Michael Keaton Bruce Wayne to be seen. Um, but that is a movie I think is going to be high on my radar just because we're going to be getting. I love The Flash. Ezra Miller's Flash is awesome, but I think seeing my favorite Batman, which is Michael Keaton's, back at it again is going to be awesome. And I can't wait to see what he's going to be doing, and if it is Flashpoint and everything. But yeah, so finally we'll be getting our first Flash trailer, and hopefully we'll have that movie whenever it's scheduled to come out. Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom is supposed to be there too. I don't want to say a full trailer, maybe some behind the scenes or something. I know they released like the picture of Aquaman's new costume, which looks awesome as well. I don't know what we'll see on that one, so I guess time will tell on that one. But if it's a trailer, I don't expect it to be a big one. Uh, I just expect like a quick behind the scenes or some more pictures or just something. And then Shazam: Fury of the Gods. Not a trailer on that one either. Maybe more behind the scenes or something, or just pictures or just maybe not. I don't know. That one I know I have a little bit more to talk about here shortly. Um, but I can't wait to see all this DC fandom stuff. That's a high things to see and talk about whenever they announce. So we'll see.
Oh, before you move on to that, they also mentioned on at a Variety that we're gonna see some clips from the movie DC League of Super Pets. So we might get some Crypto the Super Dog. I couldn't tell you the names of the other Super Pets. I know Batman, I think, has a dog. Wonder Woman has a pet, I think. I don't know what the name of the other pets are, but it says we're gonna get some clips from that as well.
But moving on to more Shazam: Fury of the Gods, it has wrapped filming, which is great. I can't wait to see Shazam: Fury of the Gods. If it's just going to be just like the first one was, I'm expecting to see a great movie come out of there. I can't remember when that one is scheduled to release. I think it's just in 2022, maybe end of 2022, if not 2023. Um, it's going to be a good one. I really do. If like I said, if it's anything like the first one was, I expect a fun action DC movie. So we'll see. I'll have more DC fandom in the TV news. Okay, moving on to the box office for just last week. Um, Shang-Chi, of course, like I said, made a lot of money at the box office, taking the number one spot at 94 million. That's insane because I don't know if they expected just that much in 1 week, definitely with like the pandemic and everything going on. But that's great for them. I said I really think theater only, I think, really helped it. And I think also the good reviews, I think also might have gave it that second help and push it needed. Candyman came in at number two with 12 million. That's just horror. Horror sells. I know Candyman reviews have been mixed, and I will probably see the movie when it comes out on video. I'm not in a big rush to go see it. Um, I do want to see it because I think it might be pretty decent, but we'll see. Number three was Free Guy at 11 million. Free Guy is still just knocking it out. I got a chance to see it for a second time last few days ago, and it's still just a fun movie. Not Ryan Reynolds' best, but definitely a fun movie this year. And I want to do, before I got into the TV show news, I want to do a quick review of the movie Malignant. I think I'm pronouncing that right. If I'm not, I'm sorry. Um, I've been really looking forward to this movie. James Wan, he just had a good idea about your imaginary friend is out to get you. Um, and I didn't get a chance to see it in theater. I watched it on HBO Max. I know the thing I complain about watching it on streaming. I did it anyways, but this was worth the subscription. I love this movie so much. It was everything I expected and just a little more. Um, the soundtrack gives you like a nice kind of 80s vibe to it, and it was awesome. Um, the imaginary friend character um, was cool. Kind of reminded me of the character from Sinister. If anyone's seen that one, you kind of might get that same vibe from him. Um, the kills in this, there's one scene in particular involving a jail cell. If anyone's seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. That was just insane. I loved it. And then it goes to like right out of the jail where there's cops being killed. That was everything I felt like Halloween 4 could have been. I felt like. But this movie is definitely one of those movies. Don't expect a lot, and you're going to love this movie. But if you expect a lot, I don't know. You might still like it, you might not. But definitely go in with low expectations, and you will, I think, have a good time with it. Definitely check this movie out. Highly recommend it. Definitely will make my top 10 for sure. I believe for 2021. But yeah, give it a solid. I give it a 9 out of 10, just as well as Shang-Chi. I don't know where I'd put it right now, but um, if you got a chance, if you have HBO Max, check it out that way, or if you can chance to see it in theaters, do that. Definitely recommend it. Um, I know the reviews have been kind of mixed, just like Halloween Kills was. They were kind of mixed. Some people like it, some people don't. Some people think it's weird. Some people think it's really fun. So go with your own thoughts and check it out. And I'd love to hear what you all think. Okay, moving on to the TV show news. The Hawkeye trailer actually dropped this morning. The trailer, and it was really good. I've been looking forward to this movie. I mean, show, excuse me, for um, since it was announced, because I really have grown to like this Hawkeye character, and definitely since Haley Steinfeld is going to be his daughter, I think that is going to be great. And it takes place at Christmas, um, but this could be a really good show. I mean, I know some of these the Marvel shows, like some people kind of like them, some people feel like they're not as good. So can't wait for it to drop this holiday season. I really think it might be better than Loki. I'm gonna make that announcement right now on September 13th. I think it's gonna be better than that. So we'll see. I can't wait to see it though.
Okay, that's reaching a little far because Loki has so far been the best Marvel show, but we'll definitely see on that front. But yeah, I agree with a lot of what you said. I want to correct you for a second. Kate Bishop, Haley Steinfeld's character, is not his daughter in this show. We saw his daughter in the trailer. It's the Russo brothers' daughter. I think it's Anthony Russo or Joe Russo, whichever one it is. His daughter. We see her in this trailer. So Kate Bishop isn't his daughter. I just wanted to point that out. But anyways, I agree with you. This trailer was great. I thought it's exactly what it needed to be. It had great humor. We see that she took up the Ronin mantle since he stopped being Ronin at the end of Endgame, and she's been terrorizing the city's underworld, like they said in the show. And he has to stay in New York and deal with that while he sends his kids back home. And it takes place at Christmas time and everything. This is not a Christmas show. It just because it takes place at Christmas does not make it a Christmas show. Just like Die Hard, it takes place at Christmas. It's not integral to the plot, so it's not a Christmas movie. But anyways, this looks like it'll be a fun show, and I really can't wait for it to come out. Haley Steinfeld and Jeremy Renner are two incredible actor actress. Like they're just incredible, and I can't wait for this thing.
Moving on to the DC fandom in the TV show category, I'm only going to talk about one thing, which is the one only thing I really care about from it, which is the Peacemaker news. We got like a poster, and I believe we got the trailer, which is expected to release then as well. And in the poster, we see Peacemaker driving in his car with his hand out the window with the peace sign. And the license plate says PSS MKR, which people think it's saying Pissmaker. But I think that's the joke, and I like it. I think that's funny. Peacemaker was one of my favorite characters from the Suicide Squad. Um, and I've been really looking forward to the show and to seeing what it does. I know we talked about it um, a few weeks ago. So I'm looking forward to seeing who the villain's going to be in that and everything about it. And going on to more news about Peacemaker, James Gunn has said Suicide Squad 2 will more or less be like this Peacemaker show. Peacemaker will be Suicide Squad 2. So I don't know what that more or less entails. Are we going to get some characters from the Suicide Squad or um, what? But I like it. This show I think is going to be really fun. It's going to be HBO Max beginning of next year. I know me and Dylan are going to watch it. And like I said, I think we're going to do out of the like a fresh off the thoughts TV show or something like that, just like we do with the movies. I think that'd be fun. But so that's really the only thing I care about from the DC fandom TV shows. I know there was Batgirl and a couple other things. I was really hoping that maybe something would happen and we announce Swamp Thing season 2, but I think we probably got shit canned on that one, which sucks because I really like the Swamp Thing show and I think a lot of people do as well. But I know on more, I guess I forgot to say in the movie news, TDK from Suicide Squad, James Gunn said he actually survived, which is, I feel like kind of would make sense because, I mean, he detaches from his body, so I feel like it would be easier for him to survive. So I guess we could look forward to seeing him again. He really didn't have that big of a role, but I think he can definitely strive into something good. But yeah, that's all of the TV show news I got. Moving on to video game news, Spider-Man 2 will be PS5 exclusive only, and it releases quick teaser. And I don't have a PS5, but I will have to get a PS5 before this game comes out. I love this teaser. Kind of has Craven doing the commentary saying that he's after Spider-Man. You see Spider-Man and Miles Morales, which is cool. But the big money shot at the end, which we knew was coming because from the first game, Venom, which is going to be voiced by Tony Todd, Candyman himself, which is cool. I just cannot wait for this game. It's going to be cool. PS5 exclusive. I believe it's going to be dropping end of next year or the year or 2023. Not for sure, but yeah, I love the first Spider-Man game for PS4. It was awesome. It was my favorite superhero game of all time, and I think this one might be able to top it. But we'll see. And moving on to our fun question, we're gonna do top 3 favorite MCU characters. I feel like more or less everyone knows my at least first one for sure, which is Iron Man. That's just an easy gimme. I've loved Iron Man since his first appearance in Iron Man. Robert Downey Jr. has just he killed that role, and everyone knows Avengers Endgame was a big loss when he died. I mean, that movie hits me like so hard. It is really bad. But he is my favorite character. I've loved him in Iron Man, Iron Man 2, Iron Man 3, all the Avengers, Spider-Man Homecoming, whatever he was in. Robert Downey Jr. did a fantastic job, and I love his comics. I love them all. Um, Number 2 is Yondu. I don't know. I just love this character since when his first appearance in Guardians. Michael Rooker, I think, is the key thing because he is an awesome character, an awesome actor. He just does it so well, and I'm glad I got to meet him at the Indiana Comic Convention a few years ago. Um, and whenever he died in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, that hit me really hard as well. I didn't expect it. I didn't want it to happen. It was kind of like, I guess, like a teaser to Avengers Endgame, how I was going to feel on that one. But number 3 is Shang-Chi. Like I said, this is a character, I mean, a few years ago, I could care less about. I mean, I knew about him, but I really just had no aspirations, really didn't care anything about him. But, and they have changed my thought on him. He was great. And like I said, I cannot wait to see him in more stuff. Maybe join the Avengers and everything. He is going to be a great add and everything. But yeah, those are my top 3 MCU characters. Iron Man, Yondu, and Shang-Chi.
And moving on to my top 3 Marvel characters, you're looking at my number 1 right here. It's the same as Chase's. It's Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man, or Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man / Tony Stark. He was the cornerstone. He's the cornerstone pretty much of the MCU. I know technically the Incredible Hulk, I think, was the first movie in the MCU, but nobody really even remembers that movie, and everybody really, really remembers Iron Man, and they consider it, like, some people say it's the best MCU movie at the moment. I disagree, but, like, the MCU wouldn't be what it is without Iron Man. You know, Iron Man is like the heart of the Avengers, other than Captain America. You know, and you can't have a Marvel Cinematic Universe without Iron Man. And like Robert Downey Jr. is the perfect casting for Iron Man, and he's just all around like my favorite. My second favorite Marvel character is Loki. Now, he's one of the best villains that Marvel has adapted from the comics. I don't remember how he was in the comics, honestly, but I feel like his version in the MCU is way better than he was in the comic books. But in the MCU, like, he's funny, he's outspoken, he's outgoing, he really knows how to. He's the trickster. Excuse my voice crack. He's the trickster god, and he really does show it, especially in the Loki TV show and in Endgame and the original Avengers. In the original Avengers, he was brutal, and as you saw his character developing throughout the MCU, he became more of a grounded character, and he became more like knowing that Odin actually does see him as a son. And when you saw him in Loki, when he didn't know, when he didn't experience the Odin stuff yet, he saw what happened to Thor Ragnarok and he started to cry. So you know he was heading down, like, according to the Sacred Timeline, that's the path he was supposed to go down. And he's one of the most well-rounded characters in all of the MCU, and it really shows, especially in everything that he's in. And Tom Hiddleston plays a perfect Loki. Like, I don't know if you could have gotten anyone better to play Loki. And my third favorite Marvel character is another villain, and that is Thanos. Now, Josh Brolin, he does a fantastic Thanos. He did Cable in Deadpool 2, but I think he does Thanos even better. Like, the CGI and everything on Thanos' face, like, Avengers Infinity War, I believe, was nominated for Academy Awards for its CGI and effects, which those nominations are rightfully deserved. This movie was beautiful. The CGI was great. Thanos looked realistic. Like, even though he's a purple alien from a different planet, he looked realistic as hell in this movie, in Avengers Infinity War and Endgame. And, like, it's just incredible what they were able to do with Thanos in that movie. Like, he's been in the MCU since 2012's Avengers, where he showed up in the end credit scene. He was in Guardians of the Galaxy. He showed up at the end of Age of Ultron, where he put on the Infinity Gauntlet. Like, it's just incredible how they were able to flesh out a villain so much over the last like 7-8 years that he was in the MCU. It's just incredible to me how they were able to do all that with Thanos.
Well, I enjoyed doing this. It was really fun. on Chase. Please like and subscribe. We would really appreciate it. Before we go, I actually have another review. Forgot to add this with the movies. I got a chance just to watch with my girlfriend. We watched, her and her family, we watched the new Cinderella movie. I really just watched it with them, and I had a feeling I knew it was going to be bad, and yeah, it's bad. It's really bad. It's actually worse than Snake Eyes. If that was a thing that was really possible, yeah, it is. Majority of the songs are just covers, which is, I mean, add your own flavor to it. The acting is really bad. The CGI is bad. Um, I just don't know what more I can say about Cinderella. It's just, I knew it wasn't going to be good. It was just terrible. Don't recommend it. Don't watch it. Save your time. Go watch the Disney animated one. Watch that several times. Have a good time. Don't watch this one at all. But please subscribe. We really appreciate it.